Despite the gloom over Qantas, there is some good news for Victorian workers tonight. The state government is fast-tracking 5 new residential towers that are set to transform Melbourne's skyline and create thousands of construction jobs. Here's state political reporter Brendan Donoghue.
Planning Minister Matthew Guy calls it Super Tuesday. It's certainly a developer's delight. Government permits for 5 high-rise apartment buildings in central Melbourne and Docklands, worth more than $500 million.
Super Tuesday is about bringing jobs and confidence to central Melbourne.
And this is the changing face of Melbourne. New apartment towers are set to spring up across the city skyline, including a cluster of towers in the north, a 181-metre tower on Collins Street and another big residential building in Docklands. The tallest will be in Beckett Street, 63 stories, with more than 600 apartments. The smallest in Docklands Drive, 18 stories, but still packing in 360 apartments. The government says the 5 buildings will create 4,000 construction jobs and many more in indirect employment.
There is a very strong demand both from domestic and overseas investors.
Demographer Bernard Salt says Melburnians are voting with their feet and they want apartments.
You don't need to go to Manhattan, you certainly don't need to go to Sydney. We've got it all here in Melbourne.
But critics argue the minister is turning Melbourne into a forest of high-rise buildings.
Well, Mr Guy is turning into Melbourne's greatest vandal. He's destroying Melbourne's greatest economic asset, that is its amenity, for the profits of a few.
But the minister says Melbourne can cope with 2,000 additional apartments, and there's more on the drawing board.
And Brendan Donoghue joins us live now. Brendan, there was some more good news on the jobs front today.
Well, that's right, Peter. Geelong, of course, lately has been hit from pillar to post with the closure announcements by Ford and Alcoa. But today, Premier Denis Napthine had some positive news. With Energy Australia about to employ 300 local staff in a new call centre in Geelong. There is a cost to the Victorian taxpayer, but the government grant to the company has not been revealed. The Premier says that amount is modest, while the company says the amount is generous. But either way, Peter, there's 300 much-needed jobs on their way to Geelong.